What is up, everyone? A bit of a later start today. It's currently 7:39 a.m. I got to sleep in. Usually I'm up around 5 or 5:30. I'm usually leaving my house by 5:30 to get to the gym. So definitely nice to get to sleep in today, uh, considering that today is going to be leg day. So yesterday's video was cut a little short. I'm going to a different gym this time because I don't want that to happen again. And I just like the lighting and stuff in this other gym more, anyways. So we are going to hit a diabolical leg day today. So I haven't been squatting super heavy with my leg days recently, just because I was kind of recovering from a low back disc injury. No idea how it happened. I mean, those things are largely postural, anyways. Um, but I was having some radicular symptoms down one of the legs. So thankfully, I was able to kind of rehab it, and didn't take long, but with very good guided rehab, it's easy to handle those things. So was able to get that in lock. I feel like my legs are actually stronger than ever. I have a much bigger foundation. I've been doing a lot more low back strengthening too, really kind of trying to focus on the erectors. So my leg days aren't quite as exciting as most people out there, hitting super heavy squats and stuff like that. I have for more of a squatting stimulus, I have been doing super kind of deep squats, but again, very lightweight. Like, I think last time the most I was doing was like 185, just because I want a nice, the mechanics to be there, so I can kind of build on that for the future, have a solid foundation for when I want to return to squatting super heavy. But as of right now, not my biggest priority, anyways. I've been using other things to get that stimulus, like a trap bar deadlift. If you guys know the squat deadlift continuum, the trap bar deadlift is right in the middle, where it's just squatty enough, but also just enough of a deadlift mechanic. The hinge movement. So I think I'm gonna lean into that today. I'm not sure yet. I kind of want to do, uh, ass to grass squats. So we'll see how it goes. I'm prepared either way. Um, I've been leaning into the GHD a lot lately. There's a few people I've been talking to about that as well, and the GHD is just a really good piece of equipment. If you don't use it, you should, man. Like, you're just gonna bulletproof your low back by strengthening your glutes, erectors, the whole. It's a big, just posterior chain movement. So one of the best ways to bulletproof your body. So for sure gonna have some leg extensions in there. Sadly, this gym has a crappy hamstring curl machine. Both variations of it kind of just suck. One of them, where the pad sits, is just super weird, and then the other one is one of those where you lean forward and it's plate loaded. Like, I make it work? Yeah, but do I want to? Probably not. So might opt for just some heavy dumbbell RDLs to get that hamstring stimulus, because I don't know how I feel about potentially squatting and then doing a barbell RDL after. I used to do it, but it would decimate my legs for about the next week or so, which I don't mind. I've been doing about one leg day per week lately. It was about two for a pretty, good length of a program I had going, but um, I've dropped it down to one again, just while I kind of work myself back up from the injury. So injury is a part of the game, but I always tell people, the more you stop moving, the worse it's going to be. Now, obviously, if like your spine is, on the other side of the gym, you probably shouldn't be moving much. But for most cases, you do not need to baby your injuries, especially if you've already been a lifter. Like, you have strength. You just need to work around the injury and kind of support, or build the supporting structures around the injury too. So don't let injuries psych you out. Don't let yourself think that your spine is a very fragile thing. I work in rehab, and I think too many people think that the spine is just a super delicate structure, which, don't get me wrong, I can see how it can be, but your spine is also super resilient. So you teach your spine what you need to do, or what it needs to do. And then when you have like some major spinal injury, it's usually from a really big trauma, like a car accident or something like that, or you've had very, very poor mechanics for a very, very long time, and then you just set it off. And people like to blame it on deadlifts and stuff, but it's like most people don't even brace their core the correct way. Just because you can move a lot of weight doesn't mean you're doing it correctly. And again, that kind of sparks enough controversy in it of itself, because I'm not the biggest guy, but I also know how to you know keep your body in a safe spot too. So I guess do with that what you will. But I always tell people I'd rather have a functional body than a super big body. And really, for a lot of bodybuilders, that's not the case. So they rather just be big, and they don't care if they're struggling with injuries for the rest of their life. And I think for some people that's totally worth it. I think some people have the potential, and they should lean into that. Like Ronnie Coleman, ain't nothing but a peanut. He's obviously, we see him now, but if you ask him if he could go back and change anything, he wouldn't. It's like way too legendary to do that. But if you're the average Joe going to the commercial gym, you know, maybe you're on gear, maybe you're on not, or maybe you're not. Is that something that's worth it to you? Like, do you want to get to that point just to not have really accomplished anything big within the bodybuilding space? Again, I'm not anyone to tell anyone what that is for them, but you should really take care of your body, because you got one. And at the end of the day, your health is your wealth. So as far as your body goes, doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter what it is that you have. If you don't have your health and your body is not able to move, then what good is it having anything else, right? So I feel like a lot of us kind of get lost in the sauce in that sense, where we forget uh, what the point of working out is in the first place. I know a lot of us focus on just hypertrophy and building muscle, and that's one of the healthiest things to do. Again, muscle is the organ of longevity. It's a clever saying I like to repeat, because it can prevent just about any chronic disease that's out there, or it really help lower your chances of that. But I don't know. I want to get pretty big, but I want to do it in a safe way. So just take your time, do your accessory movements, man. You can only get so big if your body falls apart too. So there's a certain amount of it that you kind of just have to accept that you need to do. So bulletproof your back, take your time working back from injuries. I promise those very slight quad gains that you would probably, you know, miss out on is not going to be worth it in the long run if you can't squat, 5, 10 years down the line. So, but yeah, so for today, that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on legs. Um, Weather's nice. I've never been to this gym at this time, so I have no idea how much people are going to be there. But again, I really don't care. Like, in terms of the filming at this gym, I see a lot of people filming pretty like regularly, so I don't think any of the members are going to complain like they did yesterday. I think the guy was, honestly, the more I thought about it, the guy was just being a hater because there's no one around me. Um, but today, this is like a 24-hour gym anyways, so there's going to be no gym staff. So I'm not going to be the guy that makes people uncomfortable with filming at the gym. So if they ask me, but I'll totally stop. But what I'm getting at here is, shouldn't be an issue. And my leg days are usually the longest, so we'll see how long this video goes. But um, I don't know. I think I might be leaning more towards squats. I don't know yet. So I guess we'll just find out when we get there. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys, and we'll see when we get there. All right, first movement here. So I just want to show you guys, I guess, one of the warm-up movements I've been doing on the GHD. So it's just a um, glute pulse at the bottom. It's a really good way to get blood into the glutes, hamstrings, erectors. You really shouldn't be arching all the way up on this, but it's a really good way to warm up your glutes here. All you need to do is just squeeze as hard as you can and come down. You're not trying to get your back all the way extended on here because we're just focusing on the glutes. So it's a really good way to warm up. Okay, just 15. All right, next one. Again, just part of the warm up. This is the huge posterior chain kind of igniter. It's just a Sorensen hold. So your back shouldn't really be doing any work here. It's kind of like a plank. Your core really shouldn't do much either. It should be your glutes. And you're just squeezing like this. So I'll probably cut the clip off pretty quick for this one because you just hold this for about a minute and a half. But keeping the glutes squeezed as hard as you possibly can. And yeah, eventually you'll feel your hamstrings take over because your glutes start fatiguing and then your low back. So it just feels really good. And again, really good way to prep all the main movers. If you're going to go into a squat, into a deadlift, this is like the best way to do it, in my opinion. So, Sorensen hold. All right, so decently warmed up. Not looking to squat super heavy today. Just 185 for good depth. So let's see how the set goes here. Okay, let's see. Okay, good start. All right, so I jump up another 20 pounds. So what is this, 205? So belting up belting up for this just because I want to make sure my core staying nice and braced. Having that reminder this is gonna be nice here. So just another 20 pounds, nothing crazy. There we go. Okay, that's good. All right, probably gonna be my last set just because I'm not looking to go super heavy with the squats. I'm not trying to make my big movement. I'm also 16 days, I think, into Project Shredded, so I'm not trying to hit any PRs anytime soon. So I just want to keep this at a comfortable working weight, and hit my other lifts harder. So this is really just to practice good mechanics here. So yeah, let's do it. Okay, I should probably do it for squats. Switching on to dumbbell RDLs, though my lifting straps, so hope my grip doesn't limit me too much. But yeah, start with some 80s here. Let's see what we can do. Whew. Nice. Okay, let's do 2 more sets. All right. Probably not the best angle, but you know what they say. Oh well. Okay, 1 more set. All right, back to the first angle. Trying to get more of a side view of my RDLs here. So, last set. Okay. All right. Oh, man, hit that freaking bench on this last one. Okay, done with that guy. Let's move on. It's gotten to the point in the lift now where I'm probably just gonna spam the heck out of leg extensions here. So, probably gonna do 3 to 4 sets, just depending how it feels. Hoping at least 3, but I'm gonna try to go as heavy as I can and just hit the freaking reps since I didn't want to push too hard on squats. So, let's freaking try, man. Okay. All right. Good start with that one. All right. I'm gonna freaking keep the weight here. Obviously, I'm probably not gonna hit the same amount of reps here. Repage will be going down, but I want to keep the intensity up. This is just such a mentally challenging exercise, I feel. But you just gotta freaking push, man. Gotta freaking push, embrace the burn. Oh, okay. Hmm. 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 Okay. Oh man. All right. Okay. Whew. Set 3 here. Will be looks like I will be going for the 4. I dropped the weight 15 pounds. Maybe should have been a tiny bit more, but I just want to keep the weight as high as I freaking possibly can. And the last set, I'll probably drop another 30-ish pounds and just rep until each individual quad just slivers off of my leg here. So let's freaking get after it, man. Oh. Oh, come on. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe it's safe to say that these quads have left the frickin' building. They have left. Please don't wait around for them anymore. Drop a comment for my quads. Oh, okay. This last set, I think I dropped like 35 pounds, so the reps should ideally be higher. But man, my quads are so toasted from that last set, so I'm just trying to get as much as I freaking can here. And let's just freaking get after it. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, let's do 2 more. Come on. Come on. Alright, that should freaking do it for the quads. Alright, I was hoping to not have to do this guy, but oh well, my hamstrings need a little more cooking, so let's just freaking get it. A burnout. 10 to work out, 2 sets. Oh no, this freaking sucks. Nah, that's just garbage, bro. I hate this thing. Alright, chat. Back in the car. I did end up doing some hamstrings after the leg extension. I don't even know if I'll include the footage just because I freaking hate that machine. It's like one of those when you're kneeling and leaning over and like curling backwards like that, the plate loaded ones. I don't know why, I just freaking hate those. I wish that this just had a good cable seated cable, one of those pin loaded hamstring curls, because I would have finished just decimating my hamstrings there, but ended up being, I would say, because of that, very quad focused. Like, man, my I wouldn't even say super quad focused. Honestly, I spammed the heck out of the uh, the knee extension. So I my quads are feeling it right now. But um, yeah, I would say it was a pretty good pump. Tomorrow is likely going to be a rest day. I'm not completely sure yet. Um, Maybe I'll go to a different location, uh, like gym location, and try getting a workout there. But also, um, I think I would be hitting chest. So we'll have to see. I'm not opposed to hitting a diabolical chest day tomorrow because I feel like my back and arms and everything are pretty well recovered. So, well, at least they'll be well recovered by then. My biceps definitely are the most sore right now. Um, but yeah, I mean, I would say so far the cut's going good. The lifts have still been pretty good. Again, don't expect to see super heavy squats on here. I'd prefer to use other things to build my quads primarily and glutes as well. Um, no, I'm not a squat hater, a barbell back squat hater. I might just switch to a hack squat, kind of just see how it goes. But especially at least, during the cut, I'm not gonna be trying to load too heavy. I think I just want to get really comfortable with a real low, like 225, just very functional squat, very functional movement. And at the end of the day, that's what's most important for me, like legs wise right now. I can push the tempo on certain other exercises. So when I go to other gyms for legs, I'll probably push the tempo on. I really like the prone hamstring curls because I just really like the stretch at the bottom. That one's one of my favorites. Even just the seated, again, pin loaded, where I can really lean forward. I really like that one too. So we're going to see. Maybe I'll try to make this seated hamstring curl work, but just feels like my ACL is going to just fling like a rubber band against the frickin' on the other side of the gym whenever I do that one. So not looking to do that, but I would say everything's going pretty good. I mean, yeah, I like this kind of how the docu-series is going. This is video 3. I appreciate everyone that's kind of tuned in to support. I'm not expecting a lot of people to view per se, but man, if we could build like a community out of this would be awesome too. So I uh, I just figured I'd film it because I'm gonna be in the gym anyways. I'm gonna be tracking my calories anyways, so uh, might as well do it. Again, like I was saying yesterday, the only difference between the doers and the sayers of the world is the people who actually uh, do it. It's just every single day, get up and do it. So you don't have to film yourself to be a doer, but if that's a goal that you have, just who cares about all the outside noise, man? There's always going to be outside noise. Just do what you want to do, and can't expect anyone to ever understand. You just get after what feels right to you in terms of your goals. The one thing that will never be outdated in life is just going to be working hard and staying disciplined. If you can, discipline is not something that happens overnight either. Again, it comes down to a daily choice of um, denying the desires that you have, whether it be diet wise or, maybe laziness, just, doing things that are only going to be a detriment to your goals or whatever it is that you're focusing on. Discipline happens over time. But the only way to get disciplined is, by doing it. A big thing is like, say, I don't know, like faith or believing. Like, how do you have more faith or how do you believe more? You just do, right? You don't sit here for like a magical, like, oh, now I can, it's like the only difference is you just do it, right? You just have it. And that's the same with everything else um, that you want to accomplish. There's no magical equation. There's I'm trying to see the light here. I kind of blocked myself off, so I'm gonna be fighting for my life to see when this thing turns green. I'll probably have someone honk at me or something, um, but yeah, the you just got to do it, man. At the end of the day, it's that simple. Just do it, and your future self is going to be thankful for that. So yeah, the cut's going good. I invite everyone that's watching or whatever, uh, whatever you're focusing on fitness wise, let's lock in. You know, we have it's the end of August, so we have over 3 full months to just absolutely get dialed in. You don't have to wait for the new year to come. You know, just start working towards what your ultimate goals are now. And I feel like that's what really makes someone, I guess, stand out in that way. You know, you don't need a specific time to get stuff done. Internally, your brain is just ready to do it. So quit making excuses for yourself. Quit babying yourself, and let's just get after it. You know, one lift at a time, one set at a time. Let's just get after it. There's a lot of excuses I think I could make in my life of me not having enough time or me being too busy and all that. But at the end of the day, no one cares. And I don't even care. My thought is just do it. So let's, we're going to end this video off on that note. And tomorrow might be a rest day. I'm not fully convinced yet, but if it is, then we'll just see you guys next time. Maybe I'll film a little bit of cardio or something just to slap something on the page, even if it's just a few minutes. So, yeah.